Hey everyone, welcome to the match of Temur Toski of 1 Mind, match 1 of 3. Playing Boros Prowess in this one. Deck tech was posted this morning, so make sure you check that out. I'll put a link in the description of this video if you want to find out more about this deck. So we mulliganed down to 6, but the 6 was good. Or should I say decent enough? We have removal, which will probably go towards that Monastery Swift Spear. Serum Visions is the draw, which is pretty good. Toski drawn. I think Force of Negation, I'd probably keep it, yeah. You could use that to counter some removal. Okay, so I prioritize pumping my Noble Hierarch here and get a draw off of it. Draw off of her. My thinking here is I'll counter whatever pump spell they may use. In this case, they don't use any pump spell. So Niv Magus Elemental is their choice. You see this every once in a while in these Blitz decks or these Prowess decks. It can be a creature that gets out of hand really quick. Young Pyromancer is actually a decent draw here. But it looks like I'm banking on drawing. Again, another Toski, which is a bit too much. Now the question is, do I fight to get rid of that elemental now? Looks like I'm not worried yet. I probably should be. Because again, I mean, this deck can now, Boros Prowess deck, or any Prowess deck can like explode immediately. So I'm going to counter to Metamorphose. And they're going to actually exile it instead. And they're going to make their Niv Magus Elemental 3/4. And now we're going to get Lava Darted. So there goes our Young Pyromancer. So we're going to play a big Goyf here. And Curious Obsession is going to get, yeah. Sacrifice, because we didn't attack with a creature. So another Metamorphose. We're going to have to wait for them to attack in with their Elemental if we want to try and remove it. Yeah, that's going to resolve. So they have some spicy tech here, and we're just going to concede. Yeah, there's no way around that. Let's bring in some hate, some life gain, Curious Obsession. I'm only removing that because they're, yeah, I mean, okay, Mana Leak instead, interesting. My thinking there was, well, there's going to be a lot of instances where I may not want to attack, and Curious Obsession usually forces me to attack. It looks like here I'm prioritizing Curious Obsession, so that's fine. We're going to mulligan again. This is a better keep here. And get rid of the extra Pyromancer. Alright, Clever Luminancer it is. Lumimancer, I should say. So we have no removal for it, so we're just going to play Dread Horde and see if it survives. Interesting, they kept the one land hand. Can be greedy. So now we can play Young Pyromancer and then cast of 1 Mind, which is fantastic. Draw 2 cards. That's very cool. That's actually very much worth it. So we're going to attack in, targeting Serum Visions. Get another trigger from Young Pyromancer. We don't need another one. I put Noble on top. Lava Dart goes Young Pyromancer. Not a surprise. Oh, Tormod's Crypt. We will play around with that. There you go. Okay, we're getting a bunch of triggers here. It's interesting tech, by the way. So they're about to hit us for 10, which is brutal, but we're okay. Yeah, let's just get rid of that stupid thing immediately. Play this carefully. We'll attack in, obviously. Alright, yeah. They didn't draw any lands. They kept a greedy hand. Worked in our favor. We want to bring in for game 3. No, I don't think we need to change anything here. We just have to make sure we don't mulligan. We have a hate-filled hand, but no real threats outside of Dreadhorde Arcanist, but I think it'd be stupid to kind of throw this away. And we draw even more removal. Just brutal. So we're giving a hint to our opponent here. Hey, we pay 2 life. So either we pay 2 life to play opt end of their turn, or we're going to burn one of their creatures. Let's see what happens. Alright, opponent being greedy with their... Ah, great. Yeah, well, that's not going to get bolted, but I'm just going to bolt them in response. Stop them from gaining 1 life there. We can get rid of it, though. I mean, that's something we should probably note. Because we can use Engineer Explosives to get rid of it. But right now, I'd rather cast Dreadhorde Arcanist. Yep. Lurrus goes into their hand. Almost certainly going to cast Curious Obsession onto Dreadhorde Arcanist here. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Eventually we can target a Braid, if it ever gets to that. Cool. So let's attack in. We'll essentially shock them, because they're going to be gaining 1 life. But it's worth it. About to draw a card. A land, which is actually decent here. Yeah, I think that's correct. If they play Lurrus right now, it would be silly. Okay, cool. So there it is. Obviously, they don't attack us. Alright, cool. They want to play defense here, which is understandable. Now we're going to deal double damage to Niv Magus and kill it, because we don't want it to grow. Even if they do protect it, they're going to have to do a few things. They're going to have to waste some spells defensively. So sure, they're going to gut shot. And then they're going to exile. And we're going to bolt them again. exile. But it's not enough. They didn't do the math right. So it's going to grow into a 5/6. And then it's going to get double bolted anyway. So that was a big waste on their end. And now we're going to be able to attack it again. And draw. Got 2 bolts to choose from in the graveyard, which is fantastic, by the way. Storm count 5. Yeah, I got nothing on Storm. MTGO reminding me, though. It's always nice. Just being a bit efficient here with my mana. Just putting it at 1, just saying, hey, yeah, all your 1/1s, they're going to go away. Now, they play Lurrus, but they can't use it, unfortunately, for them. What I should have done is you really use a Braid here, but I guess I decided to use Lightning Bolt instead. I think a Braid would have been the correct play. So a Braid Lurrus, Bolt to the face, but okay. It is what it is. Still can't use of one mind. I mean, we could hard cast it for 3 CMC. Metamorphose. Clever Luminancer. So if that ever becomes problematic, we can just get rid of it. And now they can't attack it with their Core Firewalker either. So, of one mind. Why not? Of one mind into of one mind into of one mind. Well, that's just a lot of value. I can't complain there. Let's just attack. Interesting block. Probably because they're going to try and kill it? No? Okay. I would have blocked the 4, but I guess they wanted their Core Firewalker to survive. Yeah. Again, there's no way we're going to let that Clever Luminancer survive if it becomes unwieldy. Yeah, that's fine. It's one less, one less permanent I need to destroy on my end. So I'm just gonna pop this here. Make my Tarmogoyf a 6/7. And they got nothing on the backswing. And we got Clothis as well, but that's really overkill at this point. Could have been a bit more efficient here. I could have cast Serum Visions, drawn something, and then target Serum Visions, but I just saw the kill, so I took it. So there we go, beating Prowess, Boros Prowess, which was pretty interesting. That was a big Clever Lumimancer at one point, being a 10/11 or whatever she was. That was pretty scary, but we still survived that. I mean, mostly because our opponent was stuck on one land. Either way, I mean, I think that's a testament to this new creature. Just not speaking about Toski for a second here. Just easy to see how scary she can be, and using that little storm trick there to just pump her up over and over and over and over again. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. So I like seeing that on my opponent's end. Unfortunately, they weren't able to connect in games 2 and game 3, and we took advantage there. We got a lot of card advantage from all the draws that we were making. Always staying ahead of our opponent by several draws, which is always nice. And I think that was just a nice, demonstration of what you can do with Temur Toski of one mind. Of course, we didn't cast Toski in any of these games, but these games were really, really quick. It might have even made sense to remove Toski in game 2 and game 3, just because these games tend to be very, very rapid. But no, we didn't do that. Maybe something to keep in mind when you're playing, or when I play this deck next time. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments section down below, if you enjoyed the match or not, and what you thought about the sequencing. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content in general, please subscribe, notification bell, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, share my content on social media, watch my content start to finish like you are right now. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, all the other algorithms out there. So thank you for that. If you want to support this channel on Patreon, I would really appreciate it. Check out the link in the description of this video. Check out the tiers and the Patreon rewards. Basically, I give back some of your money at the end of every year. So check that out. Thanks, and have a good one.